Hey, Main Street. Just wanted to give you an update on where we're at and where we're going and what's happening around here. And just again, I'm so thankful for your investment and your commitment to our church. As I've been going through this, as we've been going through this, I've been thinking about the fact that the church is not a building. The church is people. It's you, it's me, it's us being involved in the life of our friends and neighbors and family. It's us serving in our community. And so many of you are doing that in so many different ways. I hear so many stories all the time of how people are helping one another. And so thank you for being a light and the light of Jesus wherever you live. I know there's a lot of opinions around, what we should be doing going forward. Should we be meeting? Should we, not be meeting? Should we be listening to the government, listening to Jesus? All these different things people have. Listen, we are doing our best to navigate what's going on. And as you know, the BC Health Authority has entered into phase 2, has lifted some restrictions. And one of those restrictions that they've lifted is that now there can be gatherings of up to 50 people. Now we're excited about that. But it doesn't help us in regards to our Sunday morning gatherings. If we tried to gather everybody 50 people at a time, we'd have to do 28 services on a weekend, and of course that's just not feasible. However, it will allow us to connect with one another face to face, allow us to get together in groups of up to 50. Our life group ministry is going to be able to take a whole nother step forward in connecting one another in groups around our community and our church, wherever that may be. And so we're excited. Listen, your generosity has really allowed us to stay connected in our community. We've been able to do some things like the food drive that many of you were involved with a while back, where we were able to provide food for 370 families per week. We were able to provide the food and funding for up to 2 months of that program. We're partnering with Bowls of Hope and getting out food to families. We're working with Cyrus Center in different ways. We're working with Chilliwack, the city of Chilliwack, and dealing with their mental health issues that are going on in our community and providing some funding to get help to people through some brochures and stuff in our community. So there's lots of stuff we're still doing. And I want to thank you for your generosity in that. But just because we can't meet all together, we can still meet. And so our focus in the coming days is to really put a focus on our life group ministry. And we want you to really lean into life groups. We want you to focus on getting together with one another. If you're comfortable in backyards and larger homes, we're going to open up the church for those life groups who want to meet here. And so here's our strategy going forward to make sure people are being connected, because that's our heart as ministry and leaders here and the pastoral team, is that we want to know that people are being cared for, that someone knows your name, someone knows what's going on in your life. And we believe right now the best way for that is through our life group ministries. And so here's what we're asking. If you're already in a life group and you're in a life group, we're asking that existing life groups would make the decision to continue meeting throughout the summer. That you would come together and say, you know what, let's do this. Maybe it's not weekly, but maybe it's bi-weekly. We're really going to encourage weekly, and that you would continue to encourage one another. We're going to still provide message guides and study guides throughout the week for you to study what we're going to be talking about in our online services. And if you aren't going to be able to meet weekly, we're going to ask you to really stay connected, to make sure you're phoning, to make sure you're texting, to make sure you're connecting with one another. And we're going to give you some resources on how to do that. If you're not in a group, we want you to get in a group. We're going to be starting some new groups over the summer to get more people involved. We also have seen that more and more people are wanting to find community, so we're going to do our best to get anybody and everybody who wants to get connected in a life group. And so we're asking you to make this a focus as we go forward as a church. And the way to do that is to contact Pastor Aaron. He's our community life pastor. You can email him at aaron@mainstreetchurch.ca or call the office. We'll make sure you get connected to find a place for you. So this is where we're at. This is where we're moving forward. This is our foreseeable future at this time. We're going to keep you updated as more information comes our way. But that's what we want you to do. Keep connecting with us online Sundays. Get involved in a life group. Keep your life groups going. Keep living a life of generosity and serving Jesus and loving your neighbor. And we look forward to what God has for us in the coming days. God bless you, church.